To keep you updated on the capital and financial markets, here is a recap of what happened.
FIMM has reprimanded 5 former unit trust scheme and/or private retirement scheme consultants for the misconduct of submitting falsified academic certificates. The breach of rules was committed in their application for registration and/or re-registration as a consultant to their respective distributors. Investors lost billions of dollars in July betting on a handful of small US-listed Chinese stocks that plunged in value shortly after being heavily promoted on social media. 7 Nasdaq-listed microcap stocks, Concord International, Austin Technology, Top Kingwin, Skyline Builders, Everbright Digital, Park Ha Biological Technology and Phaeton Holdings, all dropped more than 80% over a few trading sessions in recent weeks. The declines wiped a cumulative $3.7 billion off their market value, according to price data analyzed by predictive analytics firm InvestorLink. All 7 stocks had surged before their sudden sell-offs, having been plugged to investors on WhatsApp groups and social media sites. Analysts and investors said the moves bore many of the hallmarks of pump and dump scams. There is no suggestion that any of the companies named were involved in the unusual share price moves. None of the 7 responded to requests for comment. Crypto stocks suffered as investors fled tech stocks and riskier corners of the market. Investors appeared to rotate out of tech names on the 19th of August. The sector had seen a boost last week as traders weighed the prospect of more interest rate cuts. Also, Bitcoin touched an intraday all-time high near $125,000 last week. The crypto market tends to be vulnerable to moves in tech stocks due to their growth-oriented investor base, narrative-driven price action, speculative nature, and tendency to thrive in low-interest rate environments. Indonesia's central bank announced a surprise cut to its policy rate on the 20th of August, citing the need to accelerate the economy amid tariff threats. Bank Indonesia lowered its benchmark 7-day reverse repo rate to 5% from 5.25%. It was the 5th rate cut in an easing cycle that began in September 2024. Bank Indonesia Governor Peri Warjio said the decision to lower the policy rate was consistent with the low inflation forecast for this year and next, as well as the rupiah's stable exchange rate and efforts to boost national economic growth. Vietnam is preparing to launch its first startup-focused stock trading platform in a move seen as trying to propel the country's innovation ecosystem by helping tech companies attract capital. Hoang Minh, Vietnam's Deputy Minister of Science and Technology, announced the plan in July as part of the implementation of a newly passed law on science, technology, and innovation. The initiative is embedded within a broader policy push under the Politburo's Resolution 57, intended to push Vietnam toward a tech-driven economy. The ministry is drafting decrees and guidelines that include the long-debated plan for a startup stock exchange. These rules are expected to be submitted to the government in October. FIMM is pleased to announce the release of its latest annual report, now available on its official website. Link in the description. The FIMM annual convention is back, and registration is now open. Be part of the conversations shaping the unit trust industry's future. Reserve your seat today and get ready for a day of insights, connections, and forward vision.
This has been the FIMM TV Weekly Recap. Be informed, stay updated. Be sure to like, share and subscribe.